Who's ready to win an election? Let's bring this thing home in 12 days, guys. We don't have a lot of time. And we're about to do this. This isn't going to be small. This is an opportunity for a historic landslide that actually unites this country. I'm listening to the old man, Joe Biden, the other day. What's he saying? Lock him up. I think he wanted the Democrats to think he was talking about Donald Trump, but he was really talking about Barack Obama for getting him off the top of the stage. These people, I hope they learned their lesson, you know? You do it this badly. On November 6th, I hope they wake up and realize that identity politics never works in America. When you select somebody for their race and gender, it always ends up being a disaster. And I'm actually talking about Tim Walz this time, which is, it goes both ways. We're in the middle of a national identity crisis. I've said that since day one. We need a commander-in-chief who's going to lead us back to who we are. Faith in God, patriotism, hard work, family. These things have disappeared only to be replaced by these new religions of wokeism or transgenderism or climatism or COVIDism. Depression, anxiety, fentanyl, suicide, you name it. We are hungry for what it means to be an American. What does it mean to be a citizen of this nation in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit. That the best person gets the job regardless of their skin color. That you get ahead in the United States, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. That's why we're done with the DEI regimes, the quota regimes. That's what Donald Trump's bringing to the White House. It means we believe in the rule of law. And I say this like many of you in the audience. I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. And that is why if we've had the largest influx of illegal aliens into this country in American history, we will have the largest mass deportation in American history. That is not racist. That is not xenophobic. That is what it means to stand for the rule of law in the United States of America. It means the people we elect to run the government ought to be the ones who actually run the government. Not the shadow government of the deep state and three-letter agencies that's running the show today. So you want to talk about mass deportations? Yeah, we'll talk about the millions of illegals out of this country. But the second mass deportation we really need is millions of unelected federal bureaucrats out of the D.C. bureaucracy. That is how you save a country. See, these aren't black ideas or white ideas. They're American ideals that we fought a revolution to secure in this country. We are in a war to revive them. And right now, more than ever, we need the commander-in-chief who will lead us to victory in that war. And that man is your 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, who we are sending back to the White House. If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump. If you want to grow the economy in this country, vote Trump. If you want to keep us out of World War III in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive national pride in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive our national identity in America, vote Trump. And if you want to make America great again, vote Trump. This man will be the one who actually unites our country. We don't have to be this nation in decline that we've become. We're not at the end of the ancient Roman Empire. We don't have to be. We still can be a nation in our ascent, but we're going to have to wake up and make it so. It's not happening automatically. We're counting on you to do it. Nevada, get out there. I got 3 words for you. Vote, vote, vote. Give it to you real straight. I don't like early voting. I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I think in this country we need single-day voting on Election Day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government-issued ID to match the voter file, and English as the only language that appears on a ballot. That's what I think we need in this country. All right? But in order to get there, We got to actually win the election. You have to be able to win by the rules we have in order to change them to what they should be. So this one time, I don't love it, but this one time, do what we need to do to win. Vote early, play by the same rules as the other side. We play to win this time. We're not messing around. We're not going to be victims. We are going to be victorious. That's what our founding fathers did. That's what we're about to do in 2024. You see, 2024 is our 1776. I'll tell you a story. It's a story about the Democrat-led media that called him a traitor. They called him a dictator. They said that he would be an embarrassment on the world stage until a man took a gun and put a bullet in his body. And I'm actually talking about Abraham Lincoln. It's actually true. The first Republican president, it was the Democrat-led media that said those things about him 160 years ago, and yet here we are now. I truly believe Donald Trump is the George Washington of our moment. It is our 1776 in this country. They shot at him while he was crossing the Delaware, too. Didn't work with George Washington just like it didn't for Donald Trump. But this is our last chance as a country, especially my generation. I'm 37 years old. I was the youngest. I'm 39 now. I was 37 when I ran for U.S. president as the youngest person ever to run for president as a Republican. And I'll tell you what's going on with our generation, right? We're lost. We're hungry for a cause. We're hungry for purpose and meaning and identity at a time in our history where we've lost the things that used to ground us. All right, so the left will feed us their poison of race, gender, sexuality, and climate. And on November 6th, when we wake up to run to our own vision. Individual, family, nation, and God beats race, gender, sexuality, and climate if we have the courage to stand for our own vision. We're not just running from something, we are running to something. So this year when we deliver, and I'm going to use the L word, deliver a landslide, I hope, God willing, on November 5th. Then we wake up on November 6th to a new country. November 5th is not the destination, it is the start line. It is the start line for the revival of our country. If we don't get this before my kids are in high school, my older son's 4 years old. I was with him this morning before being with President Trump in Phoenix, and then we came here. I'm going to be back with him tonight. If he's in high school before we get this right, I don't think we have a country left. That's the time horizon we're working with. But this is our chance to do it. Donald Trump's going to do his part. I promise you that. Every one of the other people on the stage, they're going to do their part. But I'm now asking you to do yours, to make a sacrifice for our country in our hour of need, just like our founding fathers did. There were 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence. I don't know what happened to them. We don't often ask. 12 of them had their homes ransacked and burned to the ground by the British. 5 of them were captured by the British and tortured until their deaths. 9 of them died in the American Revolution. 3 more of them had their own kids die in the American Revolution. They didn't do it for them. They did it for us so we could be here 250 years later enjoying the blessings of liberty in the greatest nation known to the history of mankind. And I refuse to be the generation that squanders it. We've been taught to celebrate our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways we are the same as Americans, bound by that common set of ideals. It is up to us to revive them. So 2024 is our 1776. We're going to fight for it, so we will look our kids in the eye and mean it when we tell them, you get ahead in the United States of America with your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication. And that, you know what, you are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is the American dream. That is what we are running to. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War and World War I and World War II and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, and certainly not Kamala Harris or Tim Walz is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about, and that is what we will revive to save this great nation. Thank you all and your families. May God bless you and our United States of America. Do not stop fighting, guys. Let's get this done. Thank you.